So things didn't go that well for Jerian last time, and I'm about to make it worse. So I was looking at the fates that are kind of available to us at the end of the chapter, and well, I want to do all of them, to be fair. I want to get all of them done, because we got none of the actual endings. It all just went terribly. The one I want to do today is Emptiness, which means we have to do everything in our power to break Jerian's sweet little mind. I don't feel good about it, but for the sake of completion, we need to know what emptiness feels like. I'm going to turn on consequences and tips just because I've done the hard part of guessing, so now I don't need to. Yes, I'm very aware victory will not come easily. I have learnt these lessons the hard way. Okay, so if you watched my Sobrante videos, you will know kind of how this is going to work. I'll skip through things that we've already been through. I'll probably stop to say what bit we're on, and then when it gets to a point that either A, we haven't done, or B, I've forgotten we've done, or C, is pertinent, I'll stop and then we'll discuss. Let's see how quickly we can break my brain. What was the purpose of your life? To lose my damn mind. Life has no meaning. That seems like a promising start to this run. The book lies open before you. You've found the answer you were looking for. You're not going to delude yourself. There is no greater meaning to be found in life. Chasing after one would mean succumbing to the madness that plagues the rest of the world. You were born, and you're going to die. There's no mystery or higher purpose in that. You lived your life one day at a time, making decisions that led to bitter defeats and sweet victories. However hard you may try to find a deeper meaning, your life was just a string of days. Your life is not a statement, either to the twins or anyone else. It has no purpose, and poring over the past is a waste of time. Life can only be lived. So why can't you put the matter to rest and close the book? Haven't you found the words to speak before the everlasting throne? You hesitate. Memories of things past flood your mind. You recall the events, the faces, the smells, the flavours. A street right after the rain, a patch of soft grass beneath your head, horses neighing, the clamour of the crowd hating me, the clashes of steel, a touch, another person's lips on yours. Cold, condemning silence, bitter disappointment, fear, madness and passion. Mostly madness. A weak glimmer of hope. The past sweeps over you like a tide. You sit motionless, peering into your book. What could you have done differently to be sure of your answer right now? What could you have done to avoid this fear and confusion? Is your life really just a jumble of memories that will be reduced to dust along with your body? What if you missed something? What if you overlooked something worth noticing? You go back to the first page of your memoirs, scanning the words, searching for anything you might have missed. It feels like your life is beginning anew. The book transports you back to the days before you were born. You're not ready to put it down yet. So I don't know if there is any way to reduce my sanity in the first chapter until we get right to the end and I try and reclaim some of my humanity, but we'll see. For now, we're in obscurity. So we've got Unbreakable Bond, Teacher's Pet, Niklaus. Niklaus is the one we want to go for. That's where we maintain part of our humanity at the cost of some of our sanity. Cool. Mila and Martha don't think necessarily matter at the moment, and maybe they do, I'm not sure. Teacher's Pet is going to get ignored. We'll do that on a future run. Okay, so The Stranger, which is our introduction to Cornelius. No, The Stranger is the mirror. Oh, it's so nice to see what the results are. So hit the stranger, we lose logic, gain passion, take a closer look. Well, we did take a closer look before. Let's hit the stranger. Why not? The fear inside your heart boils over into rage. You're not about to let this stranger hurt you. This is your room. He needs to leave. You grab a cane resting in the corner of the wardrobe and strike it with all your might. And just in time too. The enemy was about to attack you. You strike first. The stranger's face shatters into dozens of glittering shards. One of the flecks of sunlight pierces your flesh, and pain grips your hand. Did you win? Your hand hurts. You see red blood dripping onto the floor. Your foe writhes inside the shards at your feet, defeated. Is that your reflection? So it was you all along. Ah, it doesn't matter, you still won. Your world is safe now. You're alone once more. Okay, that's fine. I'm back. Everything died. It's alive again. I smashed the mirror. Blood. World is safe. I win. You lose, mirror. You suck. Back on track. Cornelius' guidance. Here we go. This is where we get introduced to Cornelius. Okay, so Cornelius wants us to go spy. Well, I don't really need to care about scholarship or management at the moment, so let's just buff up the love of Ferdinand, shall we? We'll do what we did before. We're going to get caught, we're going to get in trouble a little bit, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. What does matter is Ferdinand, and losing my mind, but for now, Ferdinand. We are growing up. Diplomacy and management have gone up, and I did nothing to deserve it. Just the way it should be. Divine grace. I still hate that. Poor Emil and Martha. They were just having fun, and I got their puppy killed. Ooh, interesting. So before I came to know both gods because of my logic for not smashing the mirror. But now I've smashed the mirror, so we're doing something else. If I ask the younger for justice, Emil goes up, love goes down, law goes up. And I imagine the elder, it will be the opposite. Martha, love goes up, law comes down. Let's lose some love, shall we? Why the hell not? You walk up to the statue of the younger and kneel before him, telling the god of the grief and guilt you feel because of the murdered dog. You ask him to judge you, and promise to accept any punishment. Then you lift your head and look up at the face of the being looming over you. An unfamiliar sensation flows through you, bringing crystal clarity and dispassionate calm. You are no longer alone. You never have been, and you never will be. The twins are always there, the younger watching and judging your every move. Cold, mercilessly bright light fills the temple, exposing things and actions for what they truly are. No secret can hide from the younger's gaze. Mortal trappings blown away, your bare soul faces divine judgment. The younger looks at you and finds you blameless. A dog is nothing before the law of the twins. The true shape of things becomes clear to you. It now seems obvious that you've committed no crime. Your soul seems to unfurl, freed of its heavy burden. Okay, so that we saw before, so that's to say. My guilt has still been assuaged either way. Interesting, before, Martha and Emil had gone, and this time, they're still here, or at least Emil's still here. How are you? Feel any better? The twins are merciful to us, but not to animals. Let's go say goodbye to Buster. Dogs don't get to be reborn. You spend the evening burying the puppy on the far side of the park. Twilight finds the three of you sitting by a small mound in total silence. Oh, this is, it's not nice, it's horrible, but I didn't get to bury Buster before. They were gone and they were going to bury him. It's hard to describe your newfound kinship. This feeling that the three of you have shared something important today. And that's okay. You say goodbye knowing that you'll meet again. Okay. Emil's gone up. Good. I don't know if that is good, or if I'm going to end up binning them off when they go to leave, but that's a problem for later. My fatal error going into this is that I have not prepared. I'm just winging it. The Lotless. Emil and Martha have received their sacraments of the lowborn, so they have received their lashings, and I do not have a lot. I am in fact the Lotless. Okay, but scholarship's gone up, so that's good. The one's lot, so I'm having dinner with Martha's family, which means Melanadas is going to turn up. We're getting some new options already. So I wasn't able to stand up for Martha's family before, because my passion was too low, so I'm going to stand up for Martha's family. You won't stand by and watch your friend's family being humiliated before your very eyes. Certainly not by someone who looks like this. Like this. That took too long. A familiar rage bubbles up within you, the blood rushing to your face. You look the visitor straight in the eye as you enunciate every single word. These aren't his people or his lads. You demand that he leave. Immediately. If the stranger refuses to listen, you will inform your mentor Cornelius of everything that has happened here. The Archnean grows pale with fury and leaps up from his seat. His hand flies to the pommel of his sword, his eyes burning holes in you. You notice the horror on Martha's face out of the corner of your eye, but no one moves an inch. Still wet behind the ears, yet you dare show your teeth. This insolence will be your ruin. You haven't seen the last of me. With one last disdainful look at you, the Archnean releases his grip on his sword and strides out of the room. All bark, no trousers. Your heart feels like it's about to jump out of your chest. You finally exhale, your ears ringing in the heavy silence of the room. Finally, the lady of the house shakes off her stupor and hurries to her husband's aid. This is the signal that sets the entire room in motion. Martha's mother bandages her husband's wound. The family either can't bear to look at you or is too busy trying to restore the shattered piece of their home. You pick up your dinner where you left off, but the friendly atmosphere from before is gone. Everyone feels crushed by what happened. The rest of the meal is tense and silent. Martha grabs your hand under the table, where her parents can't see. Her grip is firm and warm. You squeeze her hand back, your breath caught in your throat. Okay, so that was all just same kind of outcome. Apart from my relationship with Martha's gone up. Actually, I think my relationship with Martha went up before because I refused. The parade. Skip over this bad boy. Okay. Equality and elitism is, well, elitism's up. No, elitism's down, heading towards equality. Past, present, and the future. Okay, so Cornelius and Ferdinand are arguing about our lessons and about what we're learning. I cannot propose a different subject because I do not have enough stuff. Well, I need logic. No, I'm not smart enough. I'm just a big dumb baby. So I can either back Ferdinand up, which puts up my management, or back Cornelius up, which ups my diplomacy. Management's looking a little low, so, and also Ferdinand. No, I can't, because we maxed out Ferdinand before, so we'll try and max out someone else. We'll back Cornelius up. You ask your mentor to tell you more about the great houses. You stress that you trust your mentor's judgment and ask Ferdinand not to disrupt the lesson. I'm such a nerd. He huffs in indignation, but doesn't dare to make any more of a fuss. Nodding, Cornelius continues. So, the 5 great houses. The Monrogues are zealous guardians of Archnean traditions. They acknowledge the Tempests' authority, and always have an eye to their own interests. The Monrogue crest is a white unicorn on a field vert, and their motto is honour above all. The Orgriffs are staunch allies to the Tempests, and ardent advocates of the Church. No one enforces the Twins' law quite as fervently as the Orgriffs. Their family crest is a golden griffin on a field azure, and their motto is faith and loyalty. House Melanidas has challenged the Emperor's authority numerous times over the course of history. They can be dangerous, but there is great value in their brazenness. Their crest is a black snake on a field vert, and their motto is remembrance and majesty. Cornelius lines up a series of family crest cards before you as he speaks. The white unicorn of the Monrogues, the Melanidas' snake, the Orgriff's griffin, and finally, he produces a white sphinx. The Diamonts, skilled diplomats, always trying to reconcile the other houses whenever there's conflict. Their crest is a white sphinx on a field sable, and their motto is stronger than diamond. Tradition calls for each emperor to take a wife from one of the great houses on a rotational basis. This allows the ancient Archnean families to remain equal in their status. The current empress, Servilia, comes from House Monrogue. The next in line is Octavia, Tarquinius Melanidas' only daughter. Oh, Servilia, my future betrothed. Doesn't blind devotion to Archnean tradition get in the way of the Empire's progress? Aren't these ancient customs and antique dogma holding us back? Well, there's some truth to what you say, Ferdinand. Still, tradition and ancestral legacy are a key part of elite politics. If you seek change in the Empire, you will need to understand Archnean culture and learn how to conduct yourself around the great houses. You would both do well to give this some thought. Your mental moves on to the next topic, but your mind is elsewhere. What exactly is your place in this power structure? And more importantly, why do people refuse to tell you? Okay, looks like we're all about corny baby right now. And now we're 12. Heretics in high places. I don't think any of these are gonna be any different, so I will skip ahead and I'll stop if I notice anything that looks different. Okay, no, that was the same. So dogmatism's gone down. Jurisprudence has gone up. The societal drive to establish secular law and protect personal freedoms. Can't be mad at that. The Nobleman's lot. Martha's going to ask me to let Emil win this sword fight we're having, and I ain't going to do it. Ooh, I can withdraw from the duel. So I can let Emil win, which is what I did before. Emil goes up. Give the fight your all, and Martha goes up. Interesting. I assumed it would have gone down with Martha because she asks you to kind of take it easy on him. Withdraw from the duel. Diplomacy goes up. I don't know if I necessarily care in this scenario. Let's give the fight my all. You insist on a fair fight, and Emil doesn't stand a chance. Prepare for an ass whooping of a lifetime, buddy. You shake your head before charging into battle. Emil gives the fight his all, but you're faster and stronger. He misses a hit to the midsection, then another to the shoulder, and then a good jab to the chest. Your sticks clack as they hit each other. Emil grunts with effort and takes one step back after another one of your barrage of blows. Finally, you swipe your stick under your opponent's knees and land him in the dust. You both know it's over. Emil forces out something about needing to go home, his teeth clenched, and leaves. Just as your friend's resentment begins to make a prickly feeling settle in the pit of your stomach, Martha touches your arm. Oh, it's too bad Emil got so upset. He's such a sore loser. But since he's gone, why don't we spend the rest of the day together? I don't want to be alone. You were so brave, like a real nobleman. Here, let me clean your bruises, then we can go for a little walk, okay? Martha gently takes your arm. She spends the whole evening taking care of you. You thought she might be upset at you for not granting her request, but she seems to have let that go. She kisses you softly on the cheek as the evening ends. It's a bit of a shame about Emil, but to the winner go the spoils. Yeah, so interesting, because if we let Emil win, then they go off, do their thing, go for a little walk, and then they end up having a little smooch. So we have effectively cocked-blocked our preteen friend as a preteen also. Just, if we were to do it as an adult, that would be... I'm digging myself a hole here and I need to stop talking. Justice and compassion. So this is Emil's dad. It's our introduction to the new faith, and then Emil acts like a little bitch and brings an old faith priest in and goes,
"My dad's crazy, take him away."
Or words to that effect. So I stayed with Alfred before, just for the sake of doing something different. We'll join Emil. We'll agree to go to the sermon with Emil and his siblings. I don't care for the old faith, but, you know, content. You leave the workshop without another glance at the heartbroken man. The priest leads you, Emil, and his younger siblings to a square where people are waiting for the midday sermon. The priest ascends the platform to begin his speech. Passerbys turn to face him when they hear his voice, and the chatter in the square quickly dies down. The preacher's words are gentle, yet firm, his eyes radiating strict love as he scans the crowd. The gods gave us 3 lots in life. They were written down by Isaias, the twins' beloved apostle. He begged the gods to share their divine plan with him, and they granted him a revelation. Every person must bear the burden of their lot on their way to the shining pillar, but even the most righteous souls waver at times, and even the strongest sometimes think the burden unbearable. Do not let weakness take root in your heart. Squash these deceitful, idle thoughts whenever they threaten to ensnare your mind. Do not trust the traitorous feelings that seek to lead you off the twins' path. Bliss is the reward granted to the righteous who follow their lot with gratitude, abiding in the God's will. And pitiful is the fate of heretics, for there is no justification for those who refuse the divine love and violate the divine law. As the sermon comes to a close, all you can think about is why you don't have a lot. Everyone else does. What kind of future does your mentor want for you? Emil touches your shoulder. Oh, I'm sorry you had to say that. I've been worried sick for days. I didn't know what to do or who to turn to. I don't have a mum, and Dad would have doomed both himself and the little ones. I feel bad for it, but saving my siblings is more important. I can't let him drag them down to the foot too. I shouldn't have to suffer for all eternity. This is so hard, but I'm glad you came here with me, Niklaus. At least I'm not alone. Oh, Emil, you poor simpleton. On the dangers of progress. And again, we'll skip unless there's anything different. No, doesn't look like it. The first date. So this is a new one. We're getting new shit. I like new shit. Gravel makes soft crunching sounds as you and Emil carefully walk down the pathway. You try to keep your voices down. There's a ball in the palace tonight, and Emil has convinced you to do something reckless. The plan is to sneak into the hedge maze, hide there, and watch the Arknian ladies in attendance. Oh, Arknian women are beautiful as goddesses, Niklaus, you'll see. And they don't get old, like, at all. They can live up to 200 years. I hear they bathe in human blood to stay young forever. The blood ties of Arknians are far older and stronger than those of humans, and the great houses carry within their veins not just their ancestors, but the ancient gods themselves. The white unicorn, the black serpent, and the silver dragon, and more. No warrior can stand against an Arknian in battle. You reach the cover of the thick, prickly bushes that the maze is comprised of. Emil keeps talking, his eyes burning with excitement, but he tugs at your sleeve so you don't stray too far. Arknian ladies are the most beautiful women ever. They're also the most dangerous. They can literally love you to death. I hear an Arknian lady can turn a dozen lovers into withered husks, all in one night. But they rarely have children. Emil, what kind of creepy fanfic have you been reading, my man? Also, Arknian ladies can enchant a man with their voice. You hear her singing, that's it, you're a godder. You'll do anything for your mistress. Look! There they are! Through the small gaps in the foliage, you see a group of young women walking down the path. They really are gorgeous, with trim figures, proud, noble faces, and smooth azure skin. You inch forward to get a better look, but your friend grabs your shoulder in warning. Careful! No one should see us, least of all those black-haired women in emerald gowns. I don't trust their sly smiles. They're whispering like they're up to something. You explain these women belong to House Melanidas. They are indeed known for their schemes and snake-like cunning. Pointing at the Arknian women, you do your best to repeat for Emil what you learned about the great houses from Cornelius's lessons and Ferdinand's stories. Those in the blue belong to House Orgriff. They're proud as eagles, but honest and forthright in matters of love. The ones in white are the Morogues, fiercely stubborn and wild. Winning a girl like that would be like breaking in an unruly mare. The ones in black are Diamonts, wise and quiet as sphinxes. At the same time, they're also assertive, and they never take other people's desires into account. Oh, it's a shame the Emperor and his brothers never had any daughters. A Tempest girl would be a real sight, majestic and passionate, like a dragon. Hey, Emil, you're talking about my hypothetical sister there, buddy. Watch it. Well. What do we have here? How bold. The voice behind your back gives you goosebumps. You and Emil whip around to see a group of young noble ladies. One Arknian girl in a revealing black and green dress is watching you like a hawk. One inky black eyebrow arched. You feel like Quarry caught in her calculating, predatory gaze. We were just... Your friend stops talking, at a loss for words. You hear him gulp. The Arknian women surround you, bloodthirsty smiles splitting their breathtaking faces. You and Emil exchange a quick glance and dart away, but the next thing you know, the ladies have you in their unhumanly strong clutches. Resistance is absolutely futile. Don't these little boys know how dangerous it is to catch an Arknian lady's eye, especially when they're so young and sweet? The lady leans in close to your ear as though she's trying to get a whiff of your scent. She drags her sharp nails down your neck, catching the collar of your shirt. You feel the blood rush to your face. You have no idea how to react or how to get out of this situation. The pretty predators circle you, cracking morbid jokes at your expense. They cluck their tongues and touch your pale faces as they continue to examine their catch. Horrified, you suddenly recall the bloodbaths and the lovers reduced to withered husks. Then the girls part to make way for a fair-haired Arknian lady wearing an elegant gown. When the newcomer speaks, her words are clear and imperious. Would you mind sharing your prey with me, Octavia? You can have that boy, but I'll take the other one. I want to teach him a lesson, personally. The Arknian points at you. Emil's eyes widen in horror. He wipes the sweat from his brow. Please don't leave me with them, Niklaus. Your captors chuckle ominously. The evil glint in their eyes bodes ill. The fair-haired beauty offers you her gloved hand, the fabric covering her skin a pristine white. Come with me. If you want to live, of course. Oh, shit. This is escalated. Right, I can leave with the Arknian lady. You agree to leave with the woman, throwing Emil to the wolves. Poor Emil. Stay with Emil. You remain by your friend's side, ready to face the music together. Save Emil. Ah, Camille goes up. Camille and Emil go up, and so does diplomacy. So logic goes down, passion goes up if I leave with her. I feel like I'm all about making bad choices today, so we're just going to leave with the Arknian lady. Sorry, Emil. I'm going to go make myself into a husk. You take the proffered hand, and the lady leads you out of the circle of Arknians surrounding Emil. Her grip is firm and commanding as she hooks her arm through yours. Your friend watches you go dejectedly, his fate sealed. My name is Camille Monrogue. Now stand up straight and enjoy everyone's shocked faces when we enter the ballroom together. You are indeed met with dozens of surprised looks as you enter the palace. Camille smiles, clearly pleased with her scheme. The way her arm touches yours sends jolts of excitement down your spine. Your companion leans in to whisper into your ear once you're in the ballroom. The beauty of Arknian ladies is best enjoyed in the ballroom, not crouching in the bushes, don't you think? Take your pick. I'll make the introductions. You blush a bit, then start examining the dancing ladies. Despite your better judgment, their inhuman grace is mesmerizing. Still, your attention keeps wandering back to Camille. The blonde from House Orgriff is quite fetching, isn't she? But her mother lets her out of her sight, and that woman is as ill-tempered as a constipated harpy. She'd make you rue the day you met her daughter. How about the redhead with plump lips? She's funny and fairly bright, if a tad flighty. Or maybe that thin-wristed Diamant Temptress. She's a beauty, but dull as a snail in the fall, I'm afraid. So, have you had your chance to admire them all? Which lady makes your heart beat the fastest? Mustering your courage, you blurt out that you like Camille the best. The Arknian lady laughs, giving you a pat on the head. Oh, not a pat on the head. You are so mortified, you want to sink into the floor, attempting to conceal your embarrassment. You ask if there is any way to save Emil. Those treacherous Melanadas women still have him in their clutches. You adorable little fool. Don't worry, your friend will be perfectly fine. The girls just decided to have a bit of fun at your expense. Farewell, Niklaus. I'm sure you can find your way back. I'm glad I got a chance to meet you before the dragons snatch you up. With a mysterious smile and a quick peck on your cheek, Camille vanishes among the dancing couples. You're left standing there, waiting for your heart to stop pounding. What did she mean by that? Well, I'm glad Emil didn't get, bathed in. Or husked. Nice, diplomacy is shot up. And Camille, despite being quite pedo-y, likes me. It was all quite pedo-y though, wasn't it? Oh, bum. Nice. Getting all the new stuff. Love this. The Last Sermon. The warm spring breeze against your skin makes you feel invigorated and carefree. Martha has offered to show you her favourite place, and now you're strolling down a city street, just the two of you. As you walk side by side, the feeling of your hands brushing against each other fills you with a pleasant warmth. You can't take your eyes off of Martha. Whenever she squints in the sun, the slightly playful curve of her lips seem like the sweetest thing in the world. You really want her to find you interesting, so you utter a steady stream of silly jokes and wild tales that you heard from Ferdinand. Martha suddenly stops, her face falling. She seems spooked by a tall nobleman who had been following you. The man has a bushy moustache and sharp eyes, and he's ready to kill anyone or anything that might cause a threat to you. You've gotten so used to your grim bodyguard that you barely notice him anymore, except for an occasional prickle of awareness down your spine, or when he murders puppies. You take a turn and hurry down an alley before emerging onto a city square. You see a stake with a man chained to it in the middle. You recognise him as you draw near. It's Alfred, Emil's father. Oh no! Emaciated and hunched over, he kneels by the stake, clutching his book to his chest as though it were an infant's. You remember the day you went to his home. Emil's father was so full of life back then. He looked healthy, happy and confident. The poor man cries out to passers-by, squinting myopically. His voice quivers with pain and agitation. Please help me, a token of kindness, I beg of you. I still have this book, The Lives of the Twins, but the torture has weakened my eyes, and I can't make out the letters of the Holy Scripture anymore. Is that you, Niklaus? Please read me a little fragment. Let it be my last consolation before I pass away. You start forward, but Martha catches your arm, whispering to you with a frown. Do you know why Emil's father was condemned? He attacked Father Joseph, the priest who had come to talk some sense into him, with an axe. He kept screaming that the priest took his children from him. I mean, the priest did take his children from him. He was correct. His execution is tomorrow. He's going to be stoned to the true death, the kind you can't come back from. He chose his own fate. We'd better leave. Didn't we want to spend some time together? Emil's father sniffles noisily. His cloudy eyes filled with desperate tears seem to stare right through you. Please let me take consolation in the twins' word. The holy book will ease my pain. Look at me. I've lost everything and everyone. I'm begging you. Please let my soul find peace before I die. It isn't your job to ease his pain, Niklaus. He was the one who forsook the word of the twins as preached by the church. Besides, you're no priest. You're not allowed to give sermons. Emil's father holds the scriptures out to you, his hand shaking. What's more important, mercy or justice? Or is there a way to reconcile your sympathy with the harsh law of the lot? Okay, so I can console Alfred, ups logic, downs passion, and ups scholarship. Or I can turn my back on Alfred, which just ups Martha. I cannot convince Martha to change her mind because my scholarship is too low, which is poo. You know what? Screw you, Martha. Stop being so mean to Alfred. I'm going to console him. You open the Holy Scripture and read a passage to Alfred. You approach Alfred and take the Holy Scriptures from him. The poor man asks you to read the part about the hereafter. You find it without any trouble. Oh, you're making a mistake, Niklaus. This man is beyond salvation. First, you read aloud the words of the Elder. The righteous will ascend to the peak, where the divine love will shine upon them. It will fill them with joy and bliss, and make their hearts sing. Their souls will be kissed by the Elder, bathed in the glory of his divine light. The love bestowed upon them will be never-ending, eternal. The book goes on to talk about the fate of those cast down to the foot of the shining pillar. The Younger describes their eternal suffering. There can be no relief or atonement for them. Frowning, you decide to leave this part out. Closing the book, you realise that Martha has already left without saying a word. You look up at Alfred. His face is clear now, no longer contorted in anguish. He gazes at the enormous shining pillar supporting the heavens with adoration and hope. Oh, thank you, Niklaus. Please take this book of Holy Writ. Read it, try to grasp its true meaning, and you may find your own path to the twins. Don't accept the priest's words blindly. The thought of Alfred's wretched fate keeps plaguing you even after you return home. Before going to bed, you settle down with the book that was the man's farewell gift. Can the gods really punish someone for wanting to learn more about them? That thought troubles you, but you end up reading the Holy Scriptures until the sun comes up. Okay. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Poor Alfred. He just wanted to learn. I'm going to be honest, there's been a lot of new stuff this chapter that I was not expecting. I like it. The test. This is where I'm going to give my speech, and I'm going to get a letter to say that Emil and Martha are being carted off, and I can either do the speech or I can run to them. I think that's what this is. It is. So I can hurry to help my friends, which is what I did before. I can deliver a well thought out speech, which gets me teacher's pet, which I was not expecting to be able to get. Yay for me, I suppose. Okay, my diplomacy is too low to flounder through the speech. Time to become the teacher's pet, I suppose. Fucking nerd. You jot down some words of encouragement on the back of Martha's note, promising to come as soon as you can. You ask her to wait for you. Just as you hand the note to the servant, Cornelius announces your presentation. But don't take my word for it. All my claims can be proven with facts, and my mentee is prepared to present you with irrefutable evidence. You take the podium and begin your reports. The pressure makes your palms sweat. You have the most important parts written down, but you've read them so many times, you know them by heart. You declare that the Empire's future will be shared between Archnians and humans. One of the nobles gives you a disdainful sneer. Archnians already dress humans in their clothes, give them noblemen's swords and put their names in the blue book, he taunts. What's next? Should the great houses put their ancestors' masks on humans and seek their counsel? You react with a calm shrug. Humans have abandoned their ancient barbaric customs in favour of Archnian culture. It would be remiss to blame them for being good students and Archnians for being good teachers. This gives the dissenter pause, while the other guests nod in agreement. You go on to add that nobles of the sword have already fully integrated into Archnian society. They're exemplars of loyalty and keepers of the imperial traditions, serving the Emperor faithfully and always respectful to their superiors. Humans like them represent the support Archnians need to preserve and better the glory of the Empire. You round out your speech by stressing that the shared future of humans and Archnians depends on the people gathered here tonight. Archnians need to spearhead the changes in this empire and lead humans into a better society. Oh, well, thank you. The end of your speech is met with thunderous applause. You see nobles nodding to you in respect. You hear approval in their voices. When you descend from the podium, Cornelius gives you a clap on the shoulder. He's genuinely proud of you. That's a nice feeling, because that hasn't happened, ever. Your triumph is intoxicating. The countless hours spent poring over books have finally paid off. This night has shown you the shape of the future your mentor was telling you about. You thank everyone who offers you their hand to shake before hastily slipping out of the room. You still need to see your friends before they leave. Your run along the dark streets is short-lived. You're forced to stop at the palace square, panting and out of breath, when you see a procession of carts loaded with gloomy people, and their worldly possessions slowly disappearing down a dark alley. The old servants are leaving the city. Try as you might to find Martha or Emil in the throng of carts, your friends are nowhere to be found. You start running towards Martha's house. The house stands abandoned, the cupboards inside gaping black and empty. There are household items strewn haphazardly all over the floor. The cat your friend's family left behind rubs against your leg with a sad meow. Why did they leave the cat behind? That's horrible. Fuck those guys. The note you sent to Martha lies on the table, unopened. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I've got good diplomacy and I'm a teacher's pet. Who needs friends when I have the love of my mentor? So this has not gone the way I was expecting, which means I have a decision to make now. I'm about to die, and this is where the big decision comes in. What I did before was I resisted the blood tide. This is what I want to do if I want to get the madness ending, but things have been pretty good in terms of family and diplomacy and everything. I do lose some of that when I do this. I think I need to do like a full playthrough of just fully embracing the blood tide, so I'm going to stick with my plan to do madness. So I'm going to resist the blood tide, which is the same as we did in the main playthrough. I'm going to sacrifice a bit of my brain to retain some of my humanity. So I get 5 legacy of the Tempests, my will goes up, my blood comes down, and a sanity point goes bye-bye. That is done. Decision is made. Chapter 1 finished. Chapter 2, here we go. I'm committed. We are going to go for Emptiness. Yeah, I think we'll do this today. Next one, I'll try and do at least one for the Tempest heirs. Depending on how quickly we fly through it, I might do both in one episode. And then we'll do Heir to the Empire and personal drives. Might be a bit of a mop-up. Although I might be able to get Order of the Lesser Branch. Yeah, I'll be able to get Order of the Lesser Branch probably as part of one of the others, so that's cool. Let's do this. Let's go sacrifice my brain big style. Oh, and if you haven't watched any of the previous ones and you're not really sure what's going on, I got killed and I'm an Archneon now. I got reborn as an Archneon. I'm a Tempest and future ruler of the world. Niklaus I am not. Prince Jerian I am. Also, you should probably go back and watch the other ones, because otherwise very little of this is going to make sense. Okay, family portrait. Here we go. Last time I chose to bring Ferdinand into the picture. Today I'm not going to do that. Sorry, Ferdy baby. So I can stand next to my father, get up with Uther, mother gets up Servilia's, mentor gets up Cornelius's. Well, I'm going to stand next to my mentor because I didn't know I had a mother and father until very recently, and my introduction to them was my murder. You take several steps forward to stand by your mentor's side, next to a desk laden with stacks of papers. This is your place as Cornelius' student. He was the one who freed you and provided you your education. You know you can trust him. You don't feel particularly close to the rest of your family just yet, which, I think is fair. Cornelius gives you a grateful smile. He seems to stand taller now that you've joined him. The painter spends some time looking for the perfect angle and composition, the tip of his brush clenched between his teeth. Finally, he starts working with the canvas. Uncle Gaius clears his throat, the sound breaking the awkward silence. Ferdinand sighs and leaves the throne room. Ba-bum. Okay, first sanity loss. So this is, if I can remember rightly, I can't remember. Okay, yeah, no, this one's not too bad. It's more just internal struggles. Shit doesn't start getting nasty till the last one, or till the next one. And I'm genuinely intrigued to see how bad they get. What am I going to lean on? Yeah, why not? Could do Solitude. Who needs them? Who needs Legacy of the Tempest points? You gaze inward, but all you find is emptiness. There's nothing to lean on, no one to turn to. Insomnia drains your energy, your consciousness melting like butter in a pan. A murmur echoes from a far corner. The mirror glints faintly in the dark. You spring to your feet and slam the window shut, drawing the drapes tight to ensure that no sound intrudes upon your solitude. Snatching your cloak, you throw it over the mirror. You've had enough of its taunting reflection. You make your way to the door. The cold seeps into your bare feet and your shirts cling damply to your back. You shudder. The world beyond demands far too much. Responses, decisions, responsibilities. It feels like it's about to tear you apart. Perhaps you'll find your salvation here in this room, in the whispering darkness, beneath the shroud of shadows. Here, you are safe from it all. Taking hold of the key juttering out from the door, you twist it with a satisfying crunch. You're on your own now. This is the only way to heal. and you won't leave this place until you feel whole again. You hear footsteps in the hallway. Someone is calling your name. Did you really spend the entire night tossing and turning? You quietly retreat and crawl back into bed. The cold darkness is as still as water in a well. You tug the blanket over your head, shutting out the voices from outside. Let them think you're not here. Oh, hello. I'm intrigued to see what other scenarios we get this time round. Triumph of the Best. This is me and Unky Gaius playing chess, I believe. No, it's not. It is about the house motto. So we can go with the burden of supremacy, which was what Daddy suggested. So love goes up, law goes down. Justice the strongest. Love goes down, law goes up. And Uther goes up, Civilia goes up. Legacy of greatness I cannot do. No motto is what I did before. Let's do justice of... yeah, we'll do justice for the strongest. You'll accept the motto proposed by your mother, a symbol of the impartiality of your judgments. Your lips seem to move on their own. Triumph of the best. Justice of the strongest. Your mother beams, giving you a tight, warm hug. My boy, I knew you had it in you to become a great ruler. I'm proud of you even now, and you have so many glorious deeds to perform. You will shine bright even among your great ancestors. You tell your mother that you'll do your best to live up to her expectations. As you look to your father, you see him heave a heavy sigh. It takes him a moment to recover, but then he gives you a nod and a smile, accepting your choice. Oh, one day this whole world will bow before you, hanging on your every word, my son. Bear the Tempest motto with pride. Justice of the strongest. You roll the words around in your mouth. They feel solid, hefty. It's as though the motto has brought perfect clarity to your mind and the world around you. For the rest of the night, you can feel your ancestors watching you from their portraits on the wall, taking your measure. Okay, so far so good, maybe. This is the chess game. Uncle Gaius is teaching me chess. Well, no, he's not teaching me chess. We're playing chess and he's teaching me about kind of the politics game. He's using incredibly thinly veiled metaphors to do it as well. Okay, so our first event. We can get close to the family, which is what I did in the first playthrough. Get close to the Arcnians, which ups great houses and lovers. Nope, it ups great houses and distinguished Arcnians. Get close to humans, ups nobility, human nobility and commoners. Reject Gaius's help. Logic goes down, passion goes up. Management and diplomacy go up, and Gaius goes up. Interesting. I would have thought Gaius went down, but I guess maybe he respects the gumption. I mean, this feels like it's on brand for what I'm doing right now, so you refuse to help and act on your own. You shake your head, refusing your uncle's help. Gaius is family too, which means that his warning applies to himself as well. His warning was about not letting your family members use you for their own personal gains, which, you know, is right. He could very well be saying this just to make me do what ultimately he wants me to do. You'd hate to fall under anyone's influence, no matter how well-intentioned it might seem at first glance. You get up from the table and declare that you will manage on your own. You also refuse another game of chess. Your time would be better spent researching potential allies in order to form your own opinion. Gaius Tempest leans back in his armchair, his attentive gaze full of unveiled approval. The patronising look on his face even makes way for something you might call curiosity. He doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick nod as a blessing to pursue your own path. From that day on, you delve even deeper into the inner workings of the Empire. You make sure to attend the soirees held by Arcnians in their mansions, but also any college functions and noble human gatherings you can gain access to. Nothing that happens at court escapes your attention. It's difficult at first, since you have to navigate several different codes of etiquette at once while trying to understand issues far removed from your own life and keep up endless, seemingly pointless conversations that people use to probe you in search of weakness. And frankly, there's a lot to like about this. Whoever you deal with, they're practically falling over backwards to try and curry favour with you so they can use it to their advantage in the future. But you're confident that no one will get the best of you, whether through well-intended deceit or deceitfully good intentions. Okay. Nice. This is all going very well. Far better than I was expecting. Lessons in Decorum. Oh, yes. I'm going to meet Uncle Gaius's fiancée. She's going to be flirty, and I might seize the opportunity to make my uncle a cock. I took the high road before. I ain't doing it today. Interesting. It didn't click before, but Camille the Rogue is the is Gaius's fiancée, which obviously I didn't know her before, but now we've had the whole situation when I was younger, so it has changed a bit of the dialogue. So before I went over to her and just asked her if she wanted to dance, something like that. This time, I'll walk up and say, "Come with me, if you want to live, of course." Surprise flashes across Camille Monroe's face, only to be replaced by gratitude. She accepts your arm, and you lead her to the dance floor. Her hapless admirers watch the two of you go, dumbfounded. "Oh, look how far you've come, my prince. You were almost devoured by insatiable harpies once, and now I'm the one who's been rescued from a flock of boring, puffed-up peacocks. Tell me, did you save me because you wish to repay a debt, or was it a sincere noble impulse and a desire to help a lady in distress? Or do you simply take what you like, knowing that no one would dare refuse you?" Okay, now it's going to be the same. Okay, so yeah, she's going to flirt, I'm going to flirt, Gaius is going to appear. So, I can ask him to stay. Camille goes up, logic goes down. Oh, and that puts me into neglect of logic, but puts me into reverence for passion. I can volunteer to take Camille home. Wheel goes up and blood comes down. Camille goes up, Gaius goes down. I'm going to volunteer to take her home. I don't think I'm going to be able to take her home. I think Gaius is going to get a bit shitty, which, is fair. But we'll see. You offer to take Camille home in place of your uncle. The lady laughs out loud when she hears this. For a moment, Gaius is speechless. Then he recovers and answers you in a calm, polite manner. Oh, if Camille doesn't mind, then by all means. I know I can trust my nephew with my fiancée's safety. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Gaius' smile doesn't reach his eyes, and he leaves without a single backward glance. You offer Camille your arm to lead her outside. There's a carriage waiting for her, but she gestures to stop the coachman when he gets up to open the door for her. Oh, I'd hate to waste a fine evening like this in a carriage. I'd rather walk home and have our dear prince accompany me. You can go ahead and wait for me by the house. You take an unhurried stroll through the city, choosing the longest way to Camille's house. The sweet fragrance of apple trees intoxicates you as you stroll down a shady alley. You feel so light, it seems like you're about to float away. Time seems to fly by as you walk down the moonlit path. Camille's charming directness makes her very easy to talk to. Camille stops by the gate of her house, a mysterious smile on her lips. As she approaches the carriage that waits for her there, she produces something long, wrapped in a silk scarf with the Monroe family crest on it. I have a gift for you, Jerian. It was meant for Gaius, but I think you're more worthy of it. The sword is a Monroe family heirloom. See the unicorn on the hilt? Go on, test the grip. It will serve you well next time you rush to rescue a damsel in distress. You test the sword's balance. The hilt fits your palm like a glove. Whoever created this weapon was clearly a master of their craft. You thank Camille, but she only laughs in response. Oh, my coachman will take you back to the palace. Until we meet again, my prince. I got a sword. I didn't get laid, but I got a sword. That could have gone very, very, very differently. But still, I got a sword. The Emperor's Will. So we are at the summer tournament. Daddy is bored, and he wants me to make a decision on the winner. The winner isn't necessarily the person that wins. The winner is the person who has the most connected family, because of course it is. Because this place is backwards AF. Daddy's asked me to make the ultimate decision, so I granted victory to the most skilled before. I can refuse my father. You insist that the Emperor ought to do his duty and confer the rewards himself, and I'll get shattered hopes. Ooh. Uther would never again entrust you with his greatest hopes and desires. I wonder if that oh no, that definitely means that we won't get the pilgrimage. Ooh, but the pilgrimage has a sanity point for me to lose. Okay, so for the sake of doing something different, we'll grant victory to the best connected. You try to choose the winners in a way that won't offend any noble Arcanian families, which is bollocks. Nodding, you reassure your father that you can select the new Imperial Guardsmen on your own, although the choice won't be easy. You can't just pick the best fighters. That would upset the delicate balance of Arcanian society and harm the Emperor's standing. But you know enough about diplomacy to find a way out. You lower your eyes as you look inward, trying to remember the complex web of courtly connections. As you untangle it in your mind, it soon becomes clear whose valour absolutely must be rewarded, and which competitors will be fine with a simple commendation. You descend from the box to congratulate the winners. As you're handing out the swords, the radiant smiles of their new owners and the approving mutters from the stands make it abundantly clear that no one opposes your decisions. You notice your father looking at you. His eyes are full of gratitude for your support, but the fact that you were willing to help him at all. He stands by your side and raises his hand, prompting another round of applause. You leave the arena together. Alright. That felt less shitty than I thought it was going to feel. I thought that was going to make me feel like the shape of the future. So I've gone on a little horsey ride with Cornelius, I believe. And yeah, he's just talking about the city and the different areas and whatnot. And I have a party, and I have to decide as part of this party who I'm going to invite. Invite the Great Houses and Old Faith clergy is locked to me because I don't have enough management. So I did the distinguished Arcanians and human nobles before. I don't like that there's a sanity lock here. I don't like that I've maybe missed something that I needed. Oh no, it is unlocked. Maybe I don't think there's certain things about the locks of sanity I don't fully understand. So, human nobility is a little bit lower, so I will invite human nobles, which gets my management up. Yeah, because distinguished Arcanians is higher, diplomacy is higher, so nice. We'll invite human nobles. You tell your uncle you want to invite the nobles of the mantle and sword, the worthiest of humans. Cornelius assures you that his staff will take care of all the arrangements. A few days later, you're excited to greet the guests as you stand in the centre of the banquet hall in your ceremonial suit. The officers approach you one by one and state their names, their long coats rustling as they bow. Impeccable manners seem to be drilled into them, their posture perfect, their steps measured. You're somewhat surprised by these humans' concise, serious way of speaking. They're very businesslike compared to the more languid Arcanian elite. The college graduates and Imperial Guardsmen very respectfully point out how much a progressive-minded crown prince like yourself could do for a nation. The human nobles are clearly proud of the fact that you're interested in them, and not just your fellow Arcanians. Ferdinand is also present at the reception. Catching your eye, he cheerfully salutes you with his glass and returns to a heated discussion of the latest discoveries of the Geographical Society. The requests you receive at the party are almost identical, but they're all presented as matters of the utmost importance. You play your reaction up a little so that no one will feel deprived of your invaluable attention. The nobles ask for more students to be admitted to the college and the military academy so that more graduates can receive noble titles. The Empire needs progressive officials and military officers, and, since the Arcanians are so few in number, the newly minted human nobility can take on many of the tasks they simply don't have time for. When the reception ends, you find yourself lost in thought as you watch the humans walk away from the palace. It's completely within your power to make their wish come true. More ennobled humans will mean more humans assuming managerial positions in the provinces, which in turn will mean rapid advances for the Empire. The difficult part will be implementing this change without offending the Great Houses. As the Great Houses do get a bit salty sometimes. Ooh, the Law of Might. It's my first foray into the Blood Tide. Gonna go meet my namesake. Yes! Oh, so it's not going to cost me sanity because my will is 7. I think that's what that means. This is going to be harder than I thought, actually. I should also probably be making notes of this because I'm going to forget everything. I don't have a notepad. Ah, I do have a notepad. Yay. Now do I have a pen? Did I mention that I didn't prepare? I put enough hours into Cerberante, I should have known what to expect. And yet here we are. I'm going to accept him because it's out of curiosity, just for the batshit lunacy I will. You accept the power of your mighty ancestors' blood. You take a step towards your ancestor and open your mind. His essence pours into you, replacing your own. You become him. You're standing in the assembly hall, your blade pressed against the second console's neck. Castus Monroe's eyes are filled with pride and contempt as he meets your gaze. One strike, and his head rolls across the floor. You cast a heavy glance around the room at the frozen senators. I, Jerian Tempest I, hereby declare myself Emperor of Arknia. The voice of weakness and betrayal has no place within these walls. Swear fealty to me or accept death. Resigned, the senators kneel before you and swear their loyalty one by one. Only one elderly Arknian from the Melanidas family stands up with an indignant cry and takes a decisive step towards you. A legionnaire's spear pierces his back and he falls to the floor. You take a deep breath, feeling the power flow through you. The vision begins to fade, the people's silhouettes growing thin. A few moments later, you come to your senses. You're lying on the grass under a tree. Hector is anxiously licking your face. What just happened? You stand up, feeling dizzy. Then you realise that your Uncle Cornelius is watching you from the shadows. There's no need for concern, Jerian. We've done all this before. This is going to be the same as it was last time, so Nick here is going to skip forward. Okay, so that was good for my blood levels. I'll take it. Would have been nice to lose some sanity, but you know, it's whatever. Okay, projects. So I did finest instructors before, so let's do inventory of resources this time. You know nothing about your family's actual holdings. Lands, fortresses, people and supplies all feel like distant abstractions. This year, you resolve to learn exactly what belongs to you by right of blood. You set out to take an inventory of all the resources at your disposal, including loyal vassals and their retinues, castles and watchtowers with garrisons, and supplies of grain, cloth, stone, wood, iron and gold, which may prove decisive in extended conflict. Together with officials and administrators, you meticulously chart the power of House Tempest. A great deal of time and effort is spent on this work, but in the end, you come to understand the real state of affairs. After this undertaking, you now know with certainty which resources your house can come to expect to draw upon. Okay, that's pretty good. Winds of Change, this will be probably the same, I guess. Yes, that was exactly the same. And the rebellion is rising. The world without borders. So Ferdinand's been on his travels and has come back and is like, yeah, the world's pretty cool. Also, I've got this cool science thing that does magic with silver. He's going to want me to convince the church to let scientists or other people use silver. I suggested a compromise before. I can deny Ferdinand, which means I get shattered hopes from him, which means we won't get the boat event, which I think may have had a sanity point in it, but I'm not sure. Or I can agree with him, which means New Faith goes down, Scholarship goes up, Ferdinand goes up. Oh, sorry, why not? Everyone can have silver. I don't give a shit. Nodding, you promise Ferdinand to try your best to bring his vision to life. Your brother beams as he gives you a warm, heartfelt hug that's a bit too unrestrained for a nobleman. You spend the evening cooped up in the library. The ban on the use of silver for anything other than holy miracles was instituted centuries ago by Eric the Pious, one of your ancestors. According to Isatius, the twins never said anything about silver. You present all your arguments competently and find powerful support in your uncle, the Great Chancellor. When the council tries to resist the bill, the Emperor himself sides with his heir. Soon enough, the capital's newspapers spread word of an imperial edict permitting the free sale of silver. Ferdinand thanks you, thrilled by the news. Silver begins to appear in markets and shops, only to sell out instantly. Goldsmiths use the metal to craft expensive jewellery that's in tremendously high demand. Prices skyrocket. All self-respecting ladies now consider it a must to appear at parties wearing an elegant silver brooch or necklace. considering the jewellery a sign of wealth and good taste. At the same time, oh dear. Yeah, this might have properly upset the church's ability to heal people. At the same time, relics start disappearing from temples, infuriating the church. However, the people most dissatisfied by your decree are the priests of the new faith. Their silver reserves have grown too meagre to perform miracles and rituals. The next time you see Ferdinand, you voice your concern that the decision regarding silver may have been too hasty. You did the right thing, Jerian. New things always disrupt the existing order at first, but these crises are temporary. It'll all work itself out eventually. So find out resource, Ferdinand, and we've given it to everyone. Most importantly, you've shaken up the status quo that was stagnant for centuries, gathering dust. I mean, he's not wrong. Alright, okay. Hey, Ferdinand, best buds. Just fated to be best buds for all time. Oh, a gift for His Highness. This is where the dude is gonna give me... Oh no, what's her name? That's terrible. I've forgotten her name. Ovidius. And he's giving me Agatha. So before I ask for a tale of love, I could ask for a tale of wisdom, or I could order her to dance. This makes me feel hideous, but I'm going to order her to dance. Please don't judge me too harshly. Your voice flat. You remind Agatha that you are Jerian Tempest, the heir to the Empire. Merely expressing an opposing opinion without your permission is an unforgivable act of defiance. Disobeying your order would be an outright crime. The dignitaries around you smirk in approval. Dance, you command. Agatha recoils when she hears your order. The light goes out in her eyes and her face falls in disappointment. The dancer bites her lip and squints, as if trying to stave off an annoying headache, but then she shakes her head, pulls herself together, and begins to dance. Her movements are slow at first, as though she's struggling against some invisible force weighing her down. They get faster and faster until she's thrashing around like a caged bird. Your heartbeat quickens involuntarily. Agatha's dance stirs some inexplicable yearning within you, making your chest feel tight. You don't even know what it is you're longing for, only that you can never have it. The dancer spreads her arms wide like wings, holding her head high. There's something tempestuous about the way she moves now, and you square your shoulders, filled with confidence and power. In the whirlwind of sleeves and skirts, you catch glimpses of Agatha's bare shoulders and sly eyes. It's as though she's floating off the ground, her hair a roiling black weave streaming through the air. You watch her with bated breath. This girl stirs something hot and primal within you. You can't look away for a single second. Agatha spins faster and faster, thrashing about, breaking her invisible wings, then eventually grows still. The end of her dance is met with shocked silence. Ovidius Lucullus is the first to start clapping, slowly and loudly. I hope this gift pleases you, Your Highness. She is something else, isn't she? I'll have her brought to your palace. Casting you a hurt glance, Agatha walks out of the room with her head held high. The guests sitting at the other tables go back to their lively discussions. The night is still young. But amidst all the new acquaintances, social pleasantries and engaging stories, you can't stop thinking about the femme fatale's eyes, dark as the starless sky. That made me feel real icky. Did not like that. Okay, the Emperor's Dream. This is where he's going to want to go on his spirit quest. And I think I'm going to have to let him. Letting him is a bad idea because it makes things go horribly wrong, but I'm pretty sure it costs me a sanity point. And that's really what I care about right now. Goodbye, Lock of Sanity. Okay, this is the same as before. We're going to let him go on his spirit quest. I'm going to do both things for him, and they're both going to go kind of wrong. And then he comes back, and it was utterly pointless because he's useless as ever. Okay, Fracture. So, this is another one of those self-reflecting battle scenarios, but except this time I'm going to literally put a knife in my mouth and slice through my cheek. I need to choose what to sacrifice. Oh damn, either way, whatever I choose I lose all of my Legacy of the Tempests. Woohoo. Okay, so I can't do will, logic, or love, which means I have to do blood, passion, or law. Might do passion because that kind of levels things out a bit. I think it should be okay. You'll take control of your wounded pride and other passionate impulses. You'll sacrifice your passion. Arcnean ambition and the soul's emotional impulses have eroded you from within, and if your own feelings are the cause of the split, you will cut them away. With a hand that feels like it belongs to someone else, you raise the stiletto to your mouth. Okay, so this is the same. I don't think this is what I chose before. Gross. And unfortunately, the priests can't come and heal me because I binned off all the silver. I'm just going to have to live with a gaping cheek for the rest of my life. Flapping in the breeze. The meal. Family meal time. Uther isn't there. Mama is shitty about that and gets mad at Cornelius because he's working. They get into a row. Yet then I have to obviously clean up the mess because I'm the only one that does shit around here. Okay, there is a potential for another sanity point here, but blood needs to be above 7. We'll go with this anyway because it'd be good to see what going to the college actually does. You're not going to play peacemaker for your family. It's time to focus on the affairs of the Empire. All this unpleasantness makes you cringe. Your family has been at odds ever since Uther took a step back from his day-to-day rulings of the Empire. All you want is to put this incident out of your mind. You catch up to Ferdinand and ask him if he plans to go to the college with Cornelius. I was considering it. A talk on an economic reform sounds pretty interesting. If you're going, I think I might as well. I haven't been to the college in a while and it'd be nice to chat with the students. Nodding, you suggested it's not worth returning to tonight's family dinner. Maybe you should stop going to them for a while. Several hours later, you, Ferdinand and Cornelius head to the college. No sooner have you entered the hall than a dapperly dressed man with a perfectly styled, sleek hair joyfully greets Cornelius. He bows low to you and introduces himself. Stuart Condorcet, Dean of the Imperial College. Ferdinand drags you off to meet his friends, students and young scholars. They give the impression of being immensely curious and passionate people. Caught up in conversation with them, you barely make it in time for the start of the report. You take your seat and sweep your gaze across the enormous audience. Never in your life have you seen so many richly dressed commoners. It seems as though industrialists and merchants from across the Empire have gathered within the walls of the college today. Professor Condorcet is a wonderful orator. His witty manner of speaking captures people's attention and holds it until the very last minute. The proposals for the coming economic reforms find a sincere response in the hearts of the bourgeois, and the end of the reports draw prolonged ovations. Immediately after Condorcet, Cornelius steps up to the tribune. He speaks the official introductory words and then unexpectedly raises his voice, pointing at you. And now, please welcome Crown Prince Jerian Tempest. You have the wherewithal to stand up and greet everyone before you're met with a deafening round of applause. People rise from the benches to get a better look at you. You offer the gathering a brief greeting and thank the industrialists for their contribution to the Empire's development. Buoyed by the support, you spend the ride back to the palace listening as Cornelius and Ferdinand ardently discuss the presentation. Unfortunately, you find the dining room empty upon your return. The food has been cleared from the table, the fireplace extinguished. The room feels cold and unwelcoming. The family dinner turned out to be an absolute disaster. Still, the people like me, which means even if I don't get the insanity ending this time, I might get a half-decent ending regardless, which would be quite nice. A Graceless Miracle. Okay, so this I am giving grace, and yet I do not feel the twins' love for me. I sided with the new believer before and said that yes, the twins love you, don't worry. I can side with the old believer, or I can tell them the truth. Which ups my scholarship actually, which isn't bad, and makes Terentius like me a bit more. Why not? You decide to admit that the Holy Rite makes you feel nothing. You don't know the answer to their question. You turn your attention inward and try to find the answer, but there's nothing. The gods are dead silent. The truth may be harsh, but you have no right to deceive these people or yourself. In the silence of the ceremonial hall, you speak what's truly on your mind. You feel nothing whatsoever. Not the twins' presence, not your connection to them. You don't have any answers. The cruel reality stuns the crowd into silence for a couple of seconds, but then the hall erupts. The new faith priest turns to the flock and shouts that even a Tempest has no answer for them. No one does. It follows that Saint Isatius didn't have one either when he wrote about the lots in his holy scripture. Everyone needs to find their own way to the twins. He's interrupted by the booming voice of the old believer. The gods are absolute, so if even a Tempest can't hear them, no one should try to know them. The twins are too great to fit into a single man's mind. Everyone needs to accept this and humbly abide by their will. The Pontifex Maximus steps out from behind you to address the congregation. He raises up his sceptre towards the symbol of faith, effectively ending the debate. The Tempests are the emissaries of the gods. Prince Jerian has bestowed the twins' divine grace upon you today. A devout believer would accept this without trying to grasp what is beyond mortal understanding. Terentius Orgriff takes you by the shoulder and leads you behind the tall double doors, away from the congregation. You told them the truth, Your Highness. That isn't always the right call. Still, refusing to lie takes great courage. I can respect that. Deceit, and self-deceit in particular, is the first obstacle on your way to learning the truth. Honesty is a must for those who seek to uncover the true nature of things. I'm aware that you must have a lot of questions. You'll get your answers in due course, but for now, I need to address the flock. That went pretty well. Still holding strong on my sanity though. Not going the way I wanted it in that respect. Advance of the new faith, yep. The Masquerade. I go and see Mama and find out she's just making out with Cornelius, but it's fine because she's wearing a mask. And in Arcanian tradition, that's fine. You put on a mask, you're someone else, you can do whatever you want. Swinging. It's swinging. I don't care what anyone says, they're swinging. I'm not shaming you, but just don't lie. Okay, so I've gotten shirty with her because there's rumours of her infidelity, which, you know, is true. She wants me to enact judgment and punishment on those humans that are gossiping. Before I ask the other Arcanians for help, I don't know what to do here. I was thinking I'd refuse her, but I don't want to get shattered hopes with anyone just yet. I'm torn between protecting your family's honour and asking the Arcanians for help. I don't really want human nobility to go down, so we'll do what we did before and ask other Arcanians for help. So we'll just skip through this. We'll get all of the other Arcanians are like, no, whenever someone speaks badly about the Tempests, which is not necessarily a good thing, but I'm being stat greedy right now. Bye-bye. Over the horizon. Okay, so Ferdinand wants to go sailing. He's built a ship that can sail to previously uncharted territories, and Gaius is not going to support him because he's like, no, your mother asked you to do something. Why are you dicking around with boats? Blah, 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 blah. And he's going to ask for my support, which I gave him before, but we'll see how it plays out this time. Okay, I'm pretty sure I had to do the Lock of Sanity before as well. Okay, so like before, because my blood was because my blood is below 7, this is unlocked already. So as long as blood is above 7, which means I can use the Lock of Sanity in the meal, means I can also use the Lock of Sanity here. So that's 2 locks of sanity. Making a little note of that. Nice. Okay, so that's 3 locks of sanity, potentially 4 if I forgot one, that I have missed out on. That's fine, at least I know, so if we don't get the ending we want, I can run it back very quickly and get those. For now, we still get to spend the lock of sanity, which is good. So we'll do what we did before, we'll say we'll support him. We'll get the expedition fleet event, and then we mutilate ourselves some more. Oh shit, Gaius is in minus numbers. Whoopsie doopsie. Disillusion. So last time was cheek slashing, and this time just get a straight up cut off an ear. Okay, so this time we need to look for something to hold on to. So blood, logic, or law are our options. Damn, that puts law up to 9. Shoot. It's logic up to 8. Okay, either way we're losing 1 in management, diplomacy, and scholarship. Will's my lowest at the moment, so let's not damage that anymore. Oh no, passion's just as bad. Oh no, that was level 1. Oh no, these are all bad. Okay, we'll do blood. Taking a deep breath, you spit out the blood that's made its way into your mouth. You touch your lips to the mirror, growling that you will not allow your double to control you any longer. The bond with your ancestors, the eternal blood side of the Tempests, is the essence of who you are, and you will rely on it above all else. To belong to this lineage, to be a continuation of the Great Archons, this is the very core of your being. From this moment onward, no one can lead you astray or influence your decisions. To the foot of the pillar with your double and his worthless counsel. Sounds reasonable? And yeah, the rest of it will be the same. I'm not sure how this is now going to play out. I'm going to meet my future fiancée. The Melanadasses are going to cause a scene. Yes! Sanity point! Okay, I can break off the engagement. Okay, so yeah, Melanadas has stood up and has been like, oh, my daughter should have been the heir to the throne. And Euan's like, shut up, you're a prick. And my betrothed, Lucrezia, she's given it all that. She's spoken back to Melanadas. The good thing would be to, back up my fiancé, but for the purpose of losing a sanity point, I'm gonna break off the engagement. Oh, and then we're down to 1. Your throat tightens with indignation. You finally reach for your cravat to rip it off, taking a gulp of air. Your ancestors' voices in your blood demand obedience and submission. The noise in your head grows louder and louder as an invisible weight settles on your shoulders, bending your spine. But you clench your teeth and, slowly straightening up, rebel against the decision made for you. You feel yourself irretrievably losing something within. Feel an important part of you vanish, dissolving into emptiness. So be it. You glance at Octavia, who salutes you with her glass and winks playfully. Tarquinius' interjection is the perfect opportunity to free yourself of this engagement and countermand a decision that has offended House Melanadas. Your voice is firm as you say that Lucrezia shouldn't have raised her voice when talking to the head of a great house. Cancelling your engagement to Octavia Melanadas was a breach of the ancient covenant, and it has cast a shadow on the Emperor's house. You announce that you agree with Archduke Melanadas. Considering the fact that your family has broken with tradition, it would be improper to make any hasty decisions. Your engagement to Lucrezia Orgriff was premature, and you are therefore annulling it. You'll take some time to carefully consider your options, but for now, you have no fiancé. Tarquinius' expression clears. He gives you a satisfied nod and gets himself a new glass of wine. A hush has fallen over the room, but whispers can still be heard. The guests shuffle their feet, leaving scuffs on the polished wooden floors, not daring to look you in the eye. No one seems to know what to do with themselves now that this engagement party has become the scene of a scandal. Servilia gives you the cold shoulder, punctuated by a single piercing glance. Lucrezia looks off to the side, lost in thought. You've humiliated her by severing your engagement in public, but she's not about to argue with you. You look from your ex-fiancée to Octavia Melanadas. She drains her wine in victory, then turns away, completely losing interest in you. It seems you are nothing but a pawn in some larger game, but that doesn't mean you've lost. Ooh, spicy. Can we eke out 1 more sanity point before we reach the end? I hope so. Oh no. Okay, so I haven't seen this one, because I haven't got this low before. I wonder if Shards is because my reflection has followed through on the promise it made before, where it said it was going to make me eat broken glass or make me digest broken glass or something. Or a scream burst from your throat. Once more, you awaken in the dead of night. Sharp, crooked teeth were tearing into your flesh, gnawing at you until you awoke. You sit up, your shirt clinging to your sweat-drenched skin. You look out the window. The moon pierces the clouds like a white pupil, scattering fractured light across the room. You can't piece the fragments together, A cold, devouring darkness hangs above you. He is here, watching. You can't bear it anymore. He's everywhere, reflected in the polished cutlery, lurking in the jug of water the servants set out each night, scattered in the mosaic of stained glass. Above all, he's in the mirror on the wall. That's why you stop looking at it, why you won't go near the jug. Yet he finds you anyway, tormenting you with silent menace. Each day oozes into the next, thick and sluggish as tar, and you're sinking into it. You're constantly on edge. Anxiety settles heavily in your chest, slipping beneath your skin, coiling around your lungs until every breath becomes a struggle. The headache never lets up, rusty nails scraping down inside the crown of your head. At night, you sink into a haze of sleep, as though falling into a well, and when morning comes, the cycle begins anew. You're standing in the middle of the room, but you don't remember how you got here. Was there something you had to do? Some orders you were supposed to give? You strain to hold on to a thought, but it slips away. It's hard to think, and it seems pointless anyway. You walk over to the mirror, your gaze locked in your reflection. There he is, glaring back with a look that could kill. He has no idea what's coming. He's tormented you for far too long. But tonight, it ends. Blood rushes to your face. You grip the knife's slender handle tightly. You test the blade with your fingernail, inching closer to the mirror. You speak in a low, menacing tone, telling him to get lost, to leave you alone or else. His smirk remains, his eyes locked onto yours. There's no reply. With teeth clenched, you snarl that you won't suffer his judgmental stare any longer. The reflection remains silent. Slowly, you lift the knife. It's a real work of art, with a sleeping dragon carved into the horn handle, a sleek band of silver. The blade gleams wickedly, drawing you in. You hold it against the double's forehead, just above his eyebrows, feeling the chill of the steel as you press it down. You carve through the forehead, then the eyebrow, the blade slipping between the lashes and grazing the eyelid. The flesh yields easily. You stop, just for a heartbeat, and then, as though spellbound, you trace a thin line across your face. The agony hits sharply. Something slippery gives way beneath the steel. The blade cuts through the eye, and it bursts like a ripe cherry. Blood pours over your face, filling your mouth, dripping from your chin. The razor slips from your fingers. The pain paralyzes you, your heart seizing in a cramp. Screaming, your enemy curls into a knot. Wiping your face with your sleeve, you peer through the haze, looking at the pathetic shape of your double. He's writhing, howling, his hands clutching at the wound. He'll never dare look at you like that again. A grin spreads across your face as you savour his pitiful state. Please, please no more. You'll destroy us. Enough. You've won. What more do you want? If I'm not what you want, I'll change. Let's become something else. Anything you desire. We've reached the breaking point. We can't take it anymore. Tell me, who do you want to become? What is it that you need? Holy shit. Okay. You'll command your double to submit to your will. You command the double to submit to the voice of your ancestors. Submit to your prudence. Commit to submit to your inner fire. Commit to submit to compassion. And commit to submit to the law and subject himself to order. I mean, we might as well go all in on blood. That puts blood to absolute maximum, I think. Yep. Blood above all else gets rid of will entirely, which I'm sure is fine. You look at your double. A deep, ugly gash is all that's left of your eye. Your blood-soaked face feels stiff, as if paralysed. You're ready to give your answer. You know who you want to become, and you will shape yourself into that person. The one thing you lack is the power of the blood tide. From now on, you will rely on your ancestors in every decision you make. This bond with the past is what will make you whole. The reflection nods weakly, and a smile slowly spreads across its disfigured face. A change stirs within you, as though the sails of your soul are being pulled taut. You draw your hand away from the wound and glance at your double. He lifts his head slowly. His pale face is changing, its features sharpening. The power, unleashed at last, surges through your veins like a rushing river. You don't have to kill us anymore. We'll become whatever you wish us to be. He looks at you, his gaze full of submission. You've chosen your path, and the price has been paid. Jesus Christ, that was horrendous. Goddamn. Prayer. So this is me. I'm praying, and then Uther comes along and is like, "Oh, you pray here? Let's pray together for the law." And then you can either pray with him or not. I could lose a sanity point for asking Agatha for advice, but Agatha hates me because of the whole dance situation. I'm just going to do what I did before, just stop praying. None of the others really had that big of an impact. The Holy Pact. My second trip to the Blood Tide to meet Eric the Pious, who made his pact with twins, except the younger killed the elder, but he still made a pact with them, which I personally find to be hugely sacrilegious.
Sacrilegious.
My love is too low. Okay, I might do this anyway, because then that puts law up to 10, which means blood and law are both at 10, which is very nice. And I get 10 Legacy of the Tempests, which could be handy. You meet your ancestor halfway, becoming one with him once more. Emperor Eric the Pious made the Tempests who they are today. Were you in his place, you would have done exactly the same thing. You unsheath your dagger, hold up your palm and slash it open in one swift motion. The sacral act unlocks the gate that keeps the Tempest blood tide contained. The bowl in the centre of the crypt fills with sapphire blood. For the first time ever, Emperor Eric the Pious speaks the word of the ancient shards. Blood for faith. Okay, so this is the same. Cool. Okay, so that more or less played out the same. But this is intense. Okay, 18. So we may as well continue where we were before and do relations with vassals. The greatness of the Tempests is maintained by bonds of loyalty. You're surrounded by Archneans who pledge allegiance to your family long before your birth. Still, you barely know them, how they live, whom they actually obey, or how much they truly revere the silver dragon on your banner. You decide to dedicate the year to meeting them in person. You study land, reports, and genealogies. You host delegations, dispatch emissaries, and personally travel to noble houses known to you only by name. Some receive you respectfully, others warily, and a few with reserved politeness. You learn who is allied or hostile to whom, where you are truly welcome, and where you are merely tolerated. By year's end, you form a complete picture and gain the insight into managing this network. You know where your influence can be increased and where it remains a mere formality. The Tempests have grown stronger, and you have a better understanding of how to make use of what you already possess. Nice. So a lot of what I've done is probably what I'm going to need to do to get the proper ruling, like ruler ending. What the heart wants. This will be interesting. So I'm studying, and Papa comes in and goes, "Put the books down, you nerd. Go speak to a girl." Before, I went and visited Lucrezia. Passion needs to be above 7. It always seems to be 7. 7 seems to be the turning point on a lot of things. Spend your time reading. Visit Lucrezia I can't do because I broke off the engagement. Visit Camille, which I can do. Visit Agatha, which I could do with a lot of legacy, but I don't think she likes me very much. I understand. I'm going to spend my time reading. Matters of the heart are all well and good, but you still have so much to study. Do you have the right to give yourself over to love when the fate of millions depend on the precision of your decisions? You want to be as prepared as possible and certain of what you're doing. Certain of what I'm doing, it doesn't really track with the whole I've cut my own face open to get at my reflection. Casting a wistful glance at the door, you turn your attention back to the book. You will visit one of the ladies, but not right now. You need to finish your study of law first, perhaps tomorrow night, or even next week, or better yet, once the summer heat has passed. Nerd points through the roof. Sorry, ladies. The empty throne. People getting real mad that Uther's being a lazy boy, because he is in fact being a lazy boy. The Emperor's time. So, this is where it all went to shit before. So, Uther's like, no, I've had enough. Takes off his signet ring. He's like, I want Jerian to have it. Cornelius is like, that's lovely, but you're still alive, so no, you can't do that. And Sevilia's like, I'll take it. He's not ready. And everyone else is like, yeah, he's not ready. And I'm like, oh, guys, I'm right here. Okay, I still can't do anything. I still have to say nothing. Okay. There is the option to do a lock of sanity if my will is 7, because of course it's 7. Okay, so say nothing, which, I mean, is the same as it was before. Uther's disappointed in me. I don't get to take rule. He's like, actually, no, I've changed my mind. Give it back. It's my ring. Get out. Happy families. Daddy doesn't love me. The address. Here we go. The grand finale. Everyone's big mad. Shit. And I can only shout over the crowd. Oh, boo. Boo. I'm salty. We are running it back. So I need will, blood, love, passion to all be above 7. Ideally. All family members need to be above 3. Agatha needs to be above 1. We got this. Who knew it'd be this hard to lose your damn mind? Also, why are you window? Gross. Okay, first decision. We're going to hit the mirror because that gets us up on passion. We know how that is. We see our reflection. We don't like the cut of its jib. We punch it in its reflective little mouth. I will learn it. Okay, this one doesn't matter as much in Cornelius's guidance, but we will do spy on them because it ups Ferdinand, and if all family members need to be at 3, then that helps. So we're going to go spy, and we're going to get in big trouble. But Ferdinand's going to like me, so yeah. Break the rules so people think you're cool. Okay, we're going to do something new. So the Poppers has been killed because of us, and we've gone to see the twins, so we're going to ask the Elder for consolation, which is going to put my love up to 6, which is good. Also, it's going to make Martha like me a bit more. You walk up to the statue of the Elder and kneel before him, telling the god of the grief and guilt you feel because of the murdered dog. Then you lift your head and look up at the face of the being looming over you. An unfamiliar feeling washes over you like a wave, lifting you up and carrying you away, filling you to the brim. It's unlike anything you've ever felt before. You realise that you are not alone anymore. And that's not all. You never have been, and you never will be. Divine grace fills your heart, and you begin to breathe easy. It's as though you're one with the entire world. The Elder's eyes bathe you in love, tenderness and compassion. You are part of the great plan, part of a united family, living in this eternal bliss. Your mind grows clear, filling with joy. The sorrow you felt dissolves in a love that knows neither blame nor judgment. As the Elder's presence fades away, you catch your breath and stand up with some difficulty. You feel the lash-wielding giant's eyes on your back all the way to the exit. The twins will always be with you. Will they? How are you? You feel any better? The twins are merciful to us, but not to animals. Let's go say goodbye to Buster. Dogs don't get to be reborn. Okay, and then we're going to go bury Buster. Okay. Cool. It's always good to see something different. One's locked. So Tarquinius Melanidas has come along, stabbed Martha's daddy in the hand, and just for shits and gigs, I'm going to drink with him this time because neither of them, like none of the other ones really matter for what I want, so fuck it. We'll just see something new. You will join the toast and return to the palace. The Archaean said, your grand future. What did he mean by that? You meet the visitor's haughty gaze, but can't bring yourself to ask. You lift the glass to your lips and take a sip. The wine tastes sweet. It burns you from the inside and brings a flush to your cheeks. Your muscles fill with strength, your shoulders squaring on their own. The visitor nods in approval and smiles. You don't really want to look at Martha's family, who are standing there like statues. They avoid looking you in the eye too, silent and subservient. Martha is the only one you nod to on your way out. Sure, you enjoy playing with her when you have the time, but you won't be mixing with her family anymore. After leaving Martha's house, you go find Ferdinand. Locating him doesn't take long at all. He's in the library, where you've had countless lessons with him before. Ferdinand jumps up as soon as he sees you. Hey Klaus, good to see you. I was just thinking about you. I was talking to my friend Gunter Elbreen yesterday. We had the most fascinating discussion about the rise of the Empire. I'm looking for history books to test my theory. Do you know what I've come to realise? Even though this is the Arachnean Empire, it wouldn't be where it is today without the human nobility. According to the lots, only nobles have the right to rule. The Arachneans are born and bred into nobility, but there are too few of them to run an entire empire. So when the empire expanded and included the entire known world, humans began to act as the local authorities. The Arachneans need us. Without us, there would be no empire. The Arachneans are also very conservative and tend to cling to the past. We humans have shorter lifespans, but we're more adaptable, which means we advance more quickly. Most recent breakthroughs were made by humans. You spend the rest of the evening with Ferdinand. His keen intellect makes him a compelling conversationalist, no matter the topic. His comportment shows no signs of the bowing and scraping you saw in Martha's parents. Perhaps that strange nobleman was right after all. You belong with nobles. People should only mix with their equals. I disagree with that, but, you know, this is it. It's always fun to see something new. Okay, past, present and future. In terms of the lesson, the subject discussion, I'm going to back Cornelius up like I did before, purely because that puts Cornelius, bumps him up a little bit, which is what we need. Marvellous. Okay, Nobleman's Lot, the fight with Emil, and again, none of these really matter, so we're going to go for withdraw from the duel. You explain how much your friends mean to you. The last thing you want is for the three of you to quarrel. I don't want to have to beat Emil's arse. There's a storm brewing inside your chest. It's always like this whenever you feel overwhelmed. Your heart beats like a drum. Your palms start sweating. You drop the stick, declaring that you refuse to fight. You decide to confess your feelings to Martha before they destroy your friendship. You walk right up to her and say how much you like her. Next, you turn to Emil to explain that you don't want to fight with him because he's important to you as well. Your friend frowns, clearly unhappy, but forces himself to look you in the eye. I guess you got the right idea, Niklaus. Thanks for telling us. I've been a little angry because of how close you and Martha have become. I guess I'm jealous. But our friendship is really important to me too. I don't want to lose either of you. Silly boys. I love you both. You don't have to fight about it. We can just be friends, all three of us. Martha takes you and Emil by the hand and you all go for a walk together. You manage to avoid a fight, but unresolved tension still hangs thick in the air. Residual anxiety festers within you, but you make an effort to talk to your friends like nothing happened. Can all conflicts be resolved peacefully? Why did that nobleman choose certain death over a compromise? You can't help but wonder when there's a lull in conversation. So me and Emil got double friend-zoned. The Looming Future. I don't know if I've done this one. Management or scholarship is above 3. Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, this is about the prepping for the speech. Yeah, so Ferdinand wants to bin off what you're doing to go see a vivisection. So we can either leave with him, which gets Ferdinand up, scholarship up, finish the assignment, which gets Cornelius up to 3, which is good. Meet up with Emil and Martha to go get shit-faced. We're going to stay and finish the assignment, because then that puts Cornelius on a 3, which is good. You tell Ferdinand that you're staying to finish the report. Cornelius has trusted you with an important task, and you can't afford to let him down. You want to be thorough and live up to your mentor's expectations. Ferdinand hesitates, then leaves with a sigh. You return to your books. You feel bitter about missing out on both a get-together with your friends and the experiment, but the sacrifice adds a hint of heroic martyrdom to your studies. It's something to be proud of. Absorbed by your work, you completely lose track of time and look up from the papers only when you hear footsteps approaching. You two should be just about done by now. I hope I'll find that I made the right call by trusting you with the Empire's financial report. The importance of this task cannot be overstated, but, where is Ferdinand? You hesitate before admitting that Ferdinand left. Your mentor purses his lips in disappointment, but chooses not to comment. Trying not to feel too proud of yourself, you show him the results of your work. You explain that you've cross-referenced the data from several sources instead of trusting the official reports, just to be safe. As you should have. You've done a fine job. So what are your conclusions? You tell Cornelius that the Empire's coffers are being depleted annually. You've managed to identify certain patterns. The Empire spends a small fortune on the Legion's upkeep, even though there hasn't been a war in centuries. This expense only serves to drain money from the treasury. Another considerable portion of gold is spent on the need of Archneans, both directly and indirectly. At the same time, all Archneans are exempt from taxation and do not report their income generated by their lands or businesses. The sum spent to maintain Archnean greatness is quite hefty, contrary to official reports. You show Cornelius the numbers, which you've managed to find and cross-check. Not bad. I came to similar conclusions, but it was imperative for you to follow this line of reasoning on your own. Your mentor puts a hand on your shoulder. You did well on the task I set for you. Hopefully this has given you a better understanding of the state of affairs in the Empire. Your future depends on it. But now, it's time to get some rest. Cornelius Tempest gives you a nod before departing. Your thoughts wander as you put away the heavy tomes you used today. Is it possible to remedy the Treasury's complex woes without any undue upheaval? And what did Cornelius mean when he said that your future depends on what you've learned? What indeed? Nice, this is good. This is good. Ooh, so I'm on the test. I can't deliver a well thought out speech. I'm going to have to flounder through the speech, which means my management and scholarship go up, which is good. But Cornelius does go down, which is bad. This feels like the better option, because A, we haven't done it before, and B, Emil and Martha don't really matter in the long run, I don't think. That's a horrible thing for me to say, but, you know, it's true. You jot down some words of encouragement on the back of Martha's note, promising to come and see them as soon as you can. You ask her to wait for you. Just as you hand the note to the servant, Cornelius announces your presentation. But don't just take my word for it. All my claims can be proven with facts, and my mentee is prepared to present you with irrefutable evidence. You take the podium and start speaking. The pressure makes your palms sweat and your hands shake so badly it's difficult to find the right line in your notes. You speak about the latest inventions. Workers in Illyria have mastered the purification of iron, which promises a major breakthrough in production. An Archean in a blue dress uniform interrupts to ask what production you're talking about. His question is followed by another. How exactly do they purify the iron? A dry lump forms in your throat. Your thoughts scatter and your voice falters. You are unable to respond clearly. Frankly, you have no idea what to say. One of the guests smirks. If this is the best Cornelius Tempest can do with a human, the Archneans are in no danger of being displaced. There are chuckles throughout the room. You attempt to move on to your next point, talking about new laws drafted by Imperial College graduates. Good thing those graduates only judge humans like themselves. What torments will the younger inflict on our sinners who violate the law? The jokes keep coming. You turn to a heartfelt discussion of equality between Archneans and humans in an attempt to save your speech. Your words are met with outright laughter. You finish your report to a smattering of mocking applause and a chatter of the guests. You lock eyes with Cornelius. His face looks like a mask, his eyes devoid of their usual warmth and compassion. Your mentor looks away and leaves the room to save face. Your heart feels heavy with bitterness. You've just brought shame upon your mentor's name. He told you over and over again to study, tried to instill a thirst for knowledge in you, but you chose to ignore him, wasting your time on fleeting entertainments. You lived in the moment, but forgot about the trials that awaited you. Cornelius granted you freedom along with a chance to prove yourself, but you let him down. You disappointed him. How will you ever look your mentor in the eye again? How can you make up for this failure? Perhaps it's not too late to come to your senses and brush up on your knowledge of Imperial economics. You shake your head, trying to dislodge these depressing thoughts. You suddenly remember Martha and Emil. You need to hurry. Okay, they're gone. Okay, at least management and scholarship have gone up. Cornelius, I'm hoping I can... I've got plenty of time to bump him back up to a 3. That feels very harsh, though, that was my only option. Okay, so as before, we are about to be... Well, we have been murdered, and we are going to resist the blood tide because it drops our first sanity point, baby. Yeah, I hadn't considered that blood and will are connected. Yeah, no, I think it's okay. If we just focus on will, as that's the strongest, that should be okay. Yeah, will, passion, love, family. We can bin off blood. Nobody cares about blood. Who needs it? Okay, so now we're into a tricky situation. Actually, no, we're not at all. We're going to bring Ferdinand into the picture. So the family portrait, if we bring Ferdinand into the family portrait instead of him slinking off, then we get up with Ferdinand, which we're already good with him. It gets us up to 3 with Gaius, and it gets us an extra love, which is good. Nice. Love is at a 7. Ferdinand and Gaius are good. So we are looking okay at the moment. Okay, what am I going to use to empower me? Okay, I think I'm going to do will, because that gets up will to 7, which is good. It gets passion up to 7. We lose 1 for love, but we're still 6. So yes, I think that's okay. And I'm pretty sure that's what I chose the first time. Okay, no, it's okay. It's okay. That actually worked out quite well. So triumph with the best when it comes to our family's motto. We're going to side with Papa. So we're going to accept the motto proposed by your father, a symbol of responsibility to your subjects, which gets us up to 7 for love and gets us up to 3 with Uther. Your lips seem to move on their own. Triumph with the best, the burden of supremacy. Beaming, your father squeezes you tight. That's my boy. I feel so energized now that you're by my side. With the 2 of us together, we'll be able to shoulder any burden and bring even more glory to the Empire. You look over at your mother, only to catch her disappointed Maui? Mo? Moe?
Moo.
But then you blink, and her mouth stretches into a smile. One day the whole world will bow before you, hanging on your every word, my son. Bear the Tempest motto with pride. The burden of supremacy. The words roll around in your mouth. They feel solid, hefty. For the rest of the night, you can feel your ancestors watching you from their portraits on the walls, taking your measure. Okay. I have to decide what my future looks like soon. Close to my family, I feel is a given at this point. Uther, Sevilla, Cornelius all go up by 1. Gaius is already at 3. I don't really need to care about the estates at the moment, so yeah, we'll get close to the family, which is what I did on the first run. Lovely stuff. Look at that. Look at those stats. Lessons in Decorum. Okay, so lessons in Decorum. We've been flirting with Camille, and Gaius has come along, gone, hey, that's my fiance. So before I left Camille with Gaius, and I volunteered to take her home, so this time I will ask him to stay, because that ups my passion, puts that fully in the safe zone, and yeah, Gaius is already at 3. You explained that you've promised Camille a dance and asked your uncle to stay for a little while, since he's only just arrived. Well then, who am I to object? I'll go talk to Jerian. Your uncle gives Camille a kiss on the cheek and leaves you alone. Camille proceeds to slip her velvet gloves off, her movements slow and deliberate. You give each other a playful look before heading to the centre of the ballroom. You bow slightly, then put your hand on her waist. The song starts out slow, but keeps speeding up with every beat. Camille slides her bare hand up to your neck, brushing her delicate fingers against your skin. You feel your breath quickening. You spin faster and faster, your body's inching improperly close. You can hear her breath, smell the intoxicating scent of her hair, see the sweat beading on her delicate neck. Camille's gaze is clouded with sweet haze. The beating of her heart echoes in your chest. The song reaches its peak, and Camille's nails dig into your shoulders. You stop in the middle of the ballroom, your bodies pressed tight against one another. Pulling apart is a struggle. You both bow as you try to catch your breath. You don't say a word as you walk her to the table where Gaius stands, engrossed in a conversation with Jerian Monroe. Words are unnecessary in this moment. You say goodbye to your uncle. Camille reaches out to squeeze your hand with her hot fingers. The warmth is so compelling, you're reluctant to let go. Camille grips your hand so hard it hurts, then steps back. You stay rooted on the spot as you watch her leave with Gaius. Whew. Sorry, Gaius. Okay, the Emperor's Will. We're at the tournament and Papa has asked us to declare the winner. Either way, my relationship goes up with Uther, so we'll just grant victory to the most skilled. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you for the rapturous applause. Okay, so Shape of the Future, where I have to decide who I'm going to invite to my gathering. I'm going to do the Distinguished Archons and Human Nobles because it gets Cornelius up a little bit and he's the one I'm most worried about, so that's good. Ferdinand's fine, Gaius is probably fine. And this drops Cornelius, so no. Cool, and we'll skip ahead because this is what we did in the main playthrough. Oh, applause again! Thank you. Oh, it's all going well. Too well, perhaps. The Law of Might. That's unfortunate that my will is 7. We still need will to be higher later on. We need will, love, passion. So spurn Jerian, call for mercy. Yeah, spurn Jerian, which is what I did on the first playthrough, I think. So yeah, we'll do that again just to bump up our will. Annoying that lost another sanity point. Well, no, it's annoying I didn't lose the sanity point. I wanted to lose the sanity point. So a world without borders, where it comes with to deal with silver in the church, we will suggest a compromise, because that makes Ferdinand happy and doesn't negatively impact anything else, so cool. They didn't like that. So with Agatha, we are going to once again ask for a tale of love. Instead of, we're not going to make her dance again because that felt horrible. And this bumps our love up to 8, which is good. Yes, and puts Agatha at a 1, which I don't think we actually need now. Maybe. Bum. Ooh, hello. Hold the ceremony. Nice, I forgot about this one. That's a bonus. You promised to fill in for your father at the unification ceremony on the condition that he deal with the state reception. This was the one that went really bad when I did it before, but I guess maybe it's because I didn't have time to prepare, because I was trying to do both at the same time. So maybe we'll be okay. But to be fair, I was always probably going to lose a sanity point here anyway, so it's not really a bonus. You tell your father that he can't leave the Empire without its sovereign. He's needed here. A trip to Margaret is not an option, but you're willing to wear Eric the Pious's mask for the ceremony to lessen your father's load at least a little bit. As for the reception, the Emperor should see to it personally as the head of the House Tempest. Thank you, my son. Although that is not the response I expected. If I don't visit the Silver Tree now, it may be too late. You spend the evening getting ready for the ceremony. You've studied theology well enough to know which books can help you. You breathe in the dusty smell of the ancient pages and settle down to practice the gestures, the words, the poses, everything down to the smallest detail. Your efforts are well rewarded when the ceremony goes off without a hitch. Nevertheless, the Emperor's absence doesn't go unnoticed. Many people find it surprising that Uther has decided not to grace them with his presence after performing the rite for 70 years. Your performance in Eric the Pious's mask is the new hot topic in the capital. People seem pleased that the Crown Prince is so faithful to the twins and his people's sacred tradition. The old and new faith clergies finally find something they can agree on: their support of you. Everyone in the church appreciates your diligence in preparing and performing the ritual. Uther never mentions the pilgrimage again. The moments when his gaze seems to empty grow more frequent by the day. He keeps losing track of conversations, and his apathy becomes more pronounced. So either way, he's useless. Okay, that's fine. He's still a 4. I'll take it. Ba-bum. Fracture. Okay, so... lose will, lose passion, lose love. I don't want to do any of those things. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go passion, because love... Well, I need that to be an 8, really, this year, in 1133. So, passion, I don't need until 1134, so hopefully I can then get it back up. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. the meal. So I think this is the one that required blood, which means I'm not going to be able to do it. So, Sevilla, I need to be up. Okay, so we're going to go with Cornelia should apologise because... No. I might just do the Uther must reconcile everyone, because then it's just Uther taking a hit and doesn't affect anyone else. Tell him to sort his shit out. Which obviously he won't listen to, because fuck me, I guess. Okay, Graceless Miracle. After the ceremony, I am going to side with the new believer, because that puts my love at 9, which is great. The Masquerade. In response of Sevilla's swinging, regardless of whatever you want to call it, I'm just going to ask the other Archdeacons for help, because it puts Sevilla up to 4 and doesn't have an impact on anything else, so it's probably fine. Many a human probably just died because of that, but my mummy loves me more. Over the horizon. Am I going to be able to get the sanity point this time? I don't know. I am, yes. Ooh, Gaius. So, Sevilla goes to 3, Ferdinand goes up to 5, Gaius goes down to 2. Ooh, but I need the sanity point. Sorry, Fat Milan. I got to deal with my bro. Well, at least Gaius isn't minus this time. That's something. I do now need to kiss his ass to try and get that back up again. The disillusion, I feel like, is probably a winner there. Logic, passion, love. Yeah, I think will is probably the most important one right now. No. Passion. Yes, Arcane Passion, because that puts passion at 7, which is good because I needed to get passion up. I probably still need more in passion, but that's going to help. Yeah, Betrothed, not going to be able to do that this time. So, Will takes a hit there, which is unacceptable. Love goes down to 8, which is actually, I think, okay. Yeah, which I think is what I did on the main playthrough. So, cool. Yep, we'll do that. Love goes down to 8. Lucrezia goes up. I get some more Legacy of the Tempests, which is nice. Okay, so with prayer, I've been praying and Papa comes along and asks me to pray for the law with him, but I'm going to pray for love, baby. I don't know why I felt the need to make that weird. You shake your head, refusing to accept this fate, and tell your father how frightened you are. A feeling of loneliness and abandonment gnaws at you. Are the Tempests really doomed to wander blindly in the darkness? Is it really your lot to live without ever feeling the twins' presence or their divine grace? Without knowing where you're supposed to go or receiving any guidance? Those who are forced to stumble around in the dark cannot walk their path with confidence. Why are the gods so cruel to those who stand closest to their holy throne? You want to hear the twins and be heard by them in return. You want to connect with them, close the chasm between you. And that's exactly what you tell your father. The melancholy wisdom in his eyes gives way to mild surprise, but he keeps his thoughts to himself. After a pause, you address the gods again. You tell the twins that you're their child. Throwing your head back to look up at the chapel's domed ceiling, you assert your right to be loved, but your appeals go unanswered. Bloody gods. Unacceptable behaviour. The Holy Pact. So I should, I think, be able to use a sanity point here. Yes. I'm going to accept Eric the Pious, which is what I did literally earlier in this video, but this time it's costing me some brain. Down to 1. Shards. Okay. We're good. We're on track. We still have some good opportunities here. So we need passion, will, and ideally we need family to all be at 3. Gaius is the problem here. Passion and will are the important things. So that gets will up to 10. And this gets passion up to 10. What are they both on at the moment? Passion's at 7. And will is 8. Okay, so will's already good. So really we need passion. You will command the double to submit to your inner fire and Archnean pride. Yeah, take that, double. Oh shit. No logic. Nothing in that brain at all. May as well be an orange cat for the lack of brain cells I have. The lesser branch. So we skipped over this before because Sevilla was too low. What do we do? Oh, look at that! Support Sevilla gets us exactly what we need. And we get Order of the Lesser Branch out of it as well. I mean, Uther goes down to 2, but I don't care. I get my madness. I shouldn't be as excited as I am. You're turning into a puppet, fit only for dancing to other people's tunes. The blood tide keeps whispering in your ear as your mother pushes you around like a chess piece. You strain against the strings tied to your arms. Your will thrashes like a chained beast, yearning for freedom. Going against your own self feels like grinding your identity into dust. It takes a massive effort to overcome your willfulness. The sensation of something breaking inside of you is almost physical. You taste blood, and your joints lock with tension. Your very soul balks at this decision, but you've made up your mind. You order Ferdinand to stop, telling Sevilla that your brother's careless remark is not worth getting upset over. The Tempests would never demean themselves by quarrelling in someone else's home. Ferdinand glares at you before bowing his head slowly. You see how hard he's clenching his jaw, but he doesn't dare to object. You declare that the Order of the Lesser Branch has devoted itself to the past long enough. The Empire will need to rely on humans with Tempest blood in the future, and the sooner you prepare for this change, the better. You're going to summon the illegitimate Tempests to your side and create a new palace guard. But what about the current guard, the one that consists of Archons from the Great Houses? Will you really disband it to make space for illegitimate children? You nod. The Great Houses are loyal to their own blood tides first and foremost, and it will always remain so. That's exactly why you're planning to rely on those with Tempest blood in their veins, those who can hear the voices of your shared ancestors. You think of your father with chagrin. He's always complaining about how heavily the blood of the Tempests weigh on him. The more Tempests there are by his side, the more fixed and suffocating your ancestors' attention will become. You chase these thoughts away. You've made your decision. Sebastian gives you a deep bow. When he thanks you, his voice is full of excitement at the prospects that now await him. Sevilla graces you with a smile. Ferdinand's eyes are trained on the floor. He doesn't look like he's going to forget this humiliating ordeal anytime soon. Boom, 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 boom. So now my brain is going to implode. Emptiness. So I wonder if it's going to do this and then it's going to take us through the rest of the story, or whether this is just going to be a hard stop. You slam the door shut, the lock's teeth slapping into place with a crunch. You lean back against the wall. Shouts echo from beyond the door, but you're too far gone to care. Your head. You squeeze your eyes shut, trying to drive the pain away. Your mother's voice, the sound of clashing swords, or is it just a trick of the mind? You gasp for air, throwing open every window you can. The curtains flutter in the wind as the sound of vases shattering rings across the floor. The chill seeps beneath your shirt and spreads to your bare feet. You don't remember how you ended up in the ballroom, but you know your purpose here. This room is full of mirrors. The knocking grows more urgent. They're asking if you're alright. You jam a heavy chair under the door handle. Now no one will enter. No one will disturb you. You spin around. Dozens of mirrors close in on you. He's everywhere, reflected countless times, smirking from every direction. Rage claws at your ribs, nails digging deep into your palms. How dare he violate the sanctity of this place? How dare he mock you? You'll wipe that grin from his face. You lunge forward with a roar, smashing the laughing reflections one by one. Go away. No one will ever laugh at you. Blood stains your hands. Shards of glass slice into your feet. You don't stop, smashing and stomping until the mirrors are nothing but shards, clinging to your battered palms like shreds of paper. Your skin is hanging in tatters. Your strength slips along with your blood. Your heartbeat slows, but you can still feel each thud. You crumple to the floor, your vision blurring. Heavy and exhausted, your body sinks into the marble, your breath ragged and dry. Far away, swords are singing. The blood tide rumbles. What will they say to you? Look at us. We're dying. Why did you do this to us? Was there no other way? Do you regret killing us? Don't you feel any remorse for what you've done? You turn your head. A sizable shard lies beside you. Your fractured double looks like he's crying. I regret nothing. It feels like the only reasonable thing to say in this situation. You did what you wanted. Consequences be damned. You have no regrets. Regret? Not a chance. You did what you thought was necessary, and you paid for your decisions. You laugh hoarsely in your double's face. Oh, how weak and pathetic he is. Your hatred for me is meaningless. We are bound together because I am part of you. The pitiful moan of your conquered enemy only fuels your amusement. You laugh uncontrollably, savouring this moment of triumph. At last, victory is yours, but he won't go off so easily. He still has one last lesson to learn. Scooping up the shards, you toss them into your mouth like candy and begin to chew, choking on your laughter. The glass cuts your tongue and stings your gums, but you don't stop. You swallow the shards one by one, ignoring the pain. This is horrendous. The mirror double wails, pleading with you to stop, his mangled lips spitting out a glob of blue blood. Your stomach convulses, the glass rising in your throat, but you force it back down. You scoop up the sticky mess from the floor and shove it deeper down your throat. The double gurgles, and now clamps your hands over your lips. Not another word. Darkness closes in around you. The world grows thin, like cheap paint on a talentless painting. Someone's still shouting out there, but the voices are growing fainter. Your laughter turns to a wheezing gurgle. You can no longer feel your hands. Gasping for breath, you collapse onto your back. To the foot of the pillar with this world. To the foot of the pillar with the gods. Let it all rot. Your mangled lips twist into a grin. You meet death with your eyes wide open. Holy shit, that was dark. The pain is unbearable. The suffering of a body torn apart gives way to the deafening torment of the soul. You slowly approach the blessed light of the peak, but there's no solace to be found there. You have betrayed yourself, crossed the final line, and shattered into thousands of reflections that torment you with their sharp edges. You scream silently into the darkness, weep without shedding tears, strain forward with all your might, but there is only boundless emptiness around you. Tiny shards of your soul scatter and drown in the divine radiance, reflecting fractured images in one another. Finally, you found peace. But in each of these shards there's a spark that will not let you disappear. The one question you never answered. A book emerges from the gleaming reflections, and the final pages of your story open before you. Oh boy, I don't know what I was expecting. I should have expected it to be that horrendous, but that was bad. That was real bad. Like, I thought the glass eating was an empty threat. I didn't think we were actually going to do it. Jerian, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But we did what we set out to do. So yay for us. Next time we'll try and come up with a better ending where, you know, I live, preferably. I don't really have much else to say about that. So, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then why don't you go ahead and the like button. The chewed up bits of glass that are the subscribe button. Make sure you... bad boy. And until next time, love you, bye.